Hello! Today we'll talk about the reasons why a business fails, and I'll present you my personal case about a failure of a business, and maybe it will be important for you to summarize the ideas for which my business did not work and to take advantage of my experience and to apply it in your businesses. So even though sometimes a idea is good, there are a lot of factors, external factors, that may affect the business itself. So let's stay together and see in this video what are those factors and what are the reasons for which a business can fail or not. There are a lot of reasons for which a business can fail, but I will present you only three most common of them. First of all is the lack of plan or a business plan at all. Basically, if you go in this journey without having a strategic plan, what to do, when to do, what is the most appropriate time to interfere, when to call some specialist to help me, that in this case, without having a plan, then the business for sure will fail. The second reason might be the insufficient funds, meaning that even though the idea is good, the timing is good, if sometimes there is a certain problem in the company and in that critical point you don't have the funds to invest on that business, for sure you'll face some difficulties or even close that business. And of course we can talk also about the poor resources. And when I mean poor resources, I do not specify only people, only employees. I talk also about the business management and the strategic management, because in all these cases, if a good business relies on bad people or which are not able or capable to take good decisions in critical points, then indeed it's another reason for which a business can fail. So in addition to the factors that I already mentioned, there are some additional factors that you should take into consideration in order not to have a failure in your business. First of all, let's say that before enter on a certain field of business, you need to strictly research about that niche, about that field of activity, and to see if it's appropriate for you and for what are your intentions and your plans. Because sometimes the niche is the one that may give you the power to continue or not. Secondly, even if you believe in your idea, sometimes it's better to remain open to new ideas, because all the conditions, all the environment, all the clientele is changing through time. So even if you have a good idea, but you do not take the benefits of the environment and the clientele's ideas, and you do not listen to what they are saying, then sometimes you can fail. Also, even if you have the resources, financial or human resources necessary to conduct that business, if you do not apply them on the right moment, on the correct time, then of course you can face failure. Another factor that you should take into consideration from my point of view is to be close to your clients. What I mean by this is like this. To be close to the clients, to listen to their feedback, even if it's a negative feedback, because any negative feedback may help you to change something in your ways of doing those services, and to listen basically to what they are saying. If you are listening to the client's opinion, then it's better to adjust and adapt in time. Last but not least, my idea would be to use the indicators of performance of the business in order to know when and how to proceed, and to proceed quickly as the company progresses, and you can identify the difficulties in your business. So this would be the point of another video that we'll do in the next days, and maybe in there you can also see how you can monitor your company's progress. And now, have you all faithfully followed all these rules and regulations and you still failed? Let me tell you that sometimes the failure of a business is not necessarily the fault of the entrepreneur. Sometimes even the environment, the bureaucracy and so on can lead to a failure. What can go wrong? Everything. I can tell you from my personal experience, because as I told you in the beginning, I will show you how I failed in doing a business with personnel from Philippines to bring here in Romania. So stay with us until the end and you will see exactly what I did wrong, and maybe it's an point for you not to do like me. Okay, and now let's see how can red tape destroy a business, because red tape can negatively impact a business and can destroy a business. So let's see a little bit about this. First of all, bureaucracy slows down all the process and everything in starting a business. For example, if you need some special authorization or some approvals from authorities, you should take into consideration a long period of time until waiting the appointment, and of course after that as well a long period of time. Bureaucracy also can cost time and money. Why I'm saying this? Because for all the folders and all the files that you should submit to the national institutions here in order to obtain all the authorization necessary to do this business, you pay some specialists to do this for you. So on one hand is the time that is between 1 week up to 6 months, depending on what you are requiring. And on the other hand are the money that you paid to these specialists. Bureaucracy can also reduce the staff motivation. Why I'm saying this? Because, for example, in HoReCa field, meaning hotels, restaurants and coffee shops, if you are waiting for the license to open the business, and you hire some people, and this whole process lasts, let's say, 3-4 months, and it's summer, sometimes the personnel, the employees, would rather not to stay and receive some salary, but work and receive a lot of tips, because during summer the personnel are having the highest salaries, especially on this field. And last but not least, of course, bureaucracy may mean to lose customers, because customers are tired of waiting, and that is why you can lose them. And as I said, because losing customers happened also to me, I will present a little bit about my recruitment agency that went wrong. I started this recruitment agency in June, July 2023, because, as I said, I noticed a niche on this field. I had clients on accountancy that needed employees from abroad, and I had also a partner which was from Philippines that could have helped me. Basically, I had all the necessary steps or all the necessary ingredients to have a successful business. But now let's see what went wrong, because of course everything went wrong, and this business I closed it in the end. First of all, to obtain and to be, because we canalize our energies to Philippine personnel, not other nationalities, not from Sri Lanka, not from Nepal, not from, I don't know, any other nationalities, because as I said, we had a partner from Philippines and it was easier to work with her. So first of all, and the first error was to identify only one nationality to work with. Secondly, obtaining the approval from Polo Milan, which is the consulate of Philippines, lasted around 6 months, a time in which we are not able to give any employee to any other employer. Secondly, we canalize our resources to help people that were already here in Romania, because we thought it would be a little bit easier because they are already here, and it would be easier for us. Of course not, it's a bullshit. Even if they are in Romania, you need to take again aviz de muncă, which is the paper for working here in Romania. Those that are already here in Romania already know what is aviz de muncă, and after that to make the new processes to a permit of staying. So to obtain that aviz de muncă file document are necessary around 3-4 months, time in which you should have obtained also the permit of staying here in Romania, and time on which immigration did not answer and gave us long periods of time. Another thing that went wrong was the fact that the people that were from Romania had criminal record. Basically, from the time in which they arrived here in Romania and until we take it as an agency, they argued, they got drunk and went to the police station. So basically, some of them were unable to stay here in Romania. Another mistake that I made was to personally imply on this, because as you may know, everybody who is working here has a family back home, which means that they need money, they need support, they need somebody to take care of them. So I provided with all the money and support for rent, food allowance. Of course, I did not pay them salary because I didn't have, but rent and food allowance, I provided to them 3-4 months, even more than this. After that, when I saw that everything went wrong and we could not obtain aviz de muncă for some of them, we paid also the plane tickets to go home and so on. So do not emotionally be involved in the business that you are doing, because sometimes means a total loss. Another mistake was to believe in specialists that said that would help us to obtain faster aviz de muncă. First of all, the cost for obtaining faster was a little bit high, between 100 euro up to 400 euro. Obtaining faster, it doesn't mean illegally, of course. It means that you just do all the necessary requests to motivate your request, why you want it faster, and so on. We relied on that person, and she, on the other hand, had other employees that did not do their job. Basically, we lost 3 months in which we could have had the aviz de muncă and we didn't obtain it. And last but not least was the price, because my partner from Philippines said that okay, for bringing people from Philippines you can ask 1,000 euro or more as an agency. The reality was that due to the fact that there are other nationalities and the agencies are having partnerships with their governments in that specific countries, which are Nepal, Sri Lanka, India, and so on, they do not request more than 200 euro per employee. And when we contacted our clients to say, okay, we can bring you personnel, we can bring you employees from Asia, especially from Philippines, but our price is 1,000 euro. They said, you are too high in price. We received an offer with 200 euro. And not to say that we need to pay also the Philippine agency that helps us identify the employees. So basically there are a lot of mistakes that I made. It was like I have never had a business. I don't know what was in my head. But I said, okay, I did it. It's my loss. Then let's say how we can solve it and what we can do. But due to my experience in working with this, and if you need sometimes some consultancy, or if you need someone to take a look on the papers, please, you can contact us, because I'm willing to give or to share all my experience in order for others not to lose as much money as I lost in this business. It was a total loss. It was not recoverable, and I will not do it again. My only satisfaction was as individual, because I helped some people that I know for sure that they do not have the resources to maintain otherwise. This was the only benefit, let's say, that I had from this bad experience. Tips and tricks in order to start this kind of business: you need to really take a close look to the client financial statement. The client should not be newly set up, because you will never ever obtain aviz de muncă or permit of staying. The client should have activity, should have incomes, should have at least 1 year of financial statement closed. The client should have the possibility to sustain also the salaries and also the contributions for the persons that wants to bring here in Romania. Of course, they need to have at least 25% of the personnel of its employee Romanians. Otherwise, you cannot obtain it only for foreigners. You cannot work only with foreigners. And of course, not to have debts to fiscal authorities, to have a clean record, and so on. That was my experience. I hope it was helpful for you. I hope it's something that you can learn from it. If you, as I said, if you need some practical advice, be free to contact me. Feel free to contact me. And now in the end, let's see, how do you prevent to fail a business? Well, it's really hard to prevent a fail, but at least you can do this. You can delegate all the all the outsource, all the services. You can delegate some tasks that you need to do. You can invest in good marketing and research market area. And you should pay some good advisors, business advisors that may help you further. So be prepared to gather in your business all kind of specialists. You are not the only one that knows how to do that business. There are others, and maybe even smarter than you, and it's better to listen to them. I hope this video was on your liking. I hope that you can give us a like, as I said, and I'm waiting your comments in the comment area, and I will happily answer to all of them. Have a nice day.